a pilot program that's supposed to make it easier for lost animals to be reunited with their families is being used as an excuse for animal services to not take in animals. ABC 7's Rachel Phillips joins us live to break down the concerns and now also has Animal Services response. Rachel.
Steph, El Paso Animal Services was selected as one of 12 shelters to join a nationwide program back in June of 2020. A key to the program is asking the community to take in a pet they find for a few days and keep it, with the hope it will be reunited with its family. But at a city council meeting on Tuesday over Zoom, several people spoke out against the program.
All these complaints talking about the shelter and things they're doing, including not taking the dogs, but yet every time we talk to a city official, everybody tells us that they are taking all the strays.
If someone is to call 311 or bring in animals to this centre and they say that they cannot take them home for 1-2 days, will you take them?
We were going to give them a time to come in. You know, whether it's going to be a couple hours, I can't say. We're going to do it on a priority basis. Those animals will be brought in first. So I can't guarantee a time, but I will say, yes, that animal's going to come in. We're not saying the animal can't come in at all to the shelter.
But concerned citizens are saying Animal Services is telling people they will euthanize the animal if people can't look after the pet.
They are doing this as punishment and revenge for having to take these dogs in. And this is local government-sponsored animal genocide.
There is not infinite space here. So if an animal needs to come in, what does that mean? That means an animal needs to go out. We're always going to strive for the positive outcomes, but unfortunately we still have to make those decisions of euthanasia as well.
ABC 7's General Manager Kevin Lovell found a dog on the street on Sunday. Unable to look after him long term, he called El Paso Animal Services.
It was like there was not an option. They were really unwilling to come pick up the animal until 2 or 3 days had elapsed, and even then they said, oh, it'll be about a week till we can get to you.
El Paso Animal Services told me the program is in place for a reason. According to them, when an animal goes directly to the shelter, their chances of being reunited are 18%. If they stay in the neighborhood they were found, that number more than doubles to 38%.
The goal is not going to be getting less animals in for Animal Services because it's a benefit to us. That is our last worry.
The program did work for David and Bravo, who on a walk came across another dog. Because that dog was microchipped, El Paso Animal Services was able to find the owners who lived just a couple of blocks away.
The system worked, and this is really, what I did was very modest and minor in the equation. It was the city of El Paso people that really brought that dog back to its owners.
And David did tell me that for those who don't have the ability to take a dog in, the program might not be as effective. And for those of you at home who are wondering about the dog Kevin found on the street, his name is Sweet Boy, and he was able to find a place for him at the Humane Society. If you're interested in adopting him, you can call or go to the Humane Society's website. We have all of that information on our website at kvar.com. For now, reporting live, Rachel Phillips, ABC 7.
All right, Rachel, and the shelter did also tell ABC 7 their ultimate goal is to have animals reunite with their families, and they think this program is the best way to do that. Animal Services also said if you find an animal, and you can either call 311 or bring the pet to the shelter, you need to make it clear if the animal is sick, injured, or dangerous, because that's a situation where they will facilitate it being brought in immediately.